So just before the video does start, just a quick little ad on a trading service I offer over on Twitch. I do daily trading guides including loads of price sheets for special card trading, silver trading and so on and so on. And you get them daily over there for £5 a month or free with Amazon Prime. Yo, what's up guys, and welcome to a brand new video and a brand new concept on the channel. So, what I'm going to be doing today and hopefully every day is talking about the content we get at 6 PM and what it's going to do to the market in terms of pushing players up, dropping players' prices, and giving you guys a few investments. As I say, we're going to go through each bit of content, just talk about how it's going to affect the market and where you can invest and hopefully make some money. And we're planning on doing this daily as such. So, without further ado, let's go and talk about the SBCs. Now, today we got ourselves the likes of Totw, Origi, we've got the likes of Wijnaldum, and we've got the likes of the FIFA 13 SBC. Top of that, we're going to be talking about the team of the week, and obviously the team week, you know, isn't 6 PM content as such, but it's a lot of stuff to talk about, and there's some good investments in it. So, without further ado, let's talk about how these guys affected the market. With Origi, not really too much so. Premier League strikers didn't bring down. Not even Liverpool strikers. You can get more direct if you wanted to. Yeah, just didn't drop their prices as such. So that shows a lack of demand of Origi. You know, not really dropping the market as such. So yeah, not really too much to say about Origi as the first player ever on this series. But there is stuff to say about the likes of Wijnaldum. Wijnaldum has both affected players, I guess, used for the SBC, and affected players who can be used instead of him. Now, when an SBC like Wijnaldum comes out, especially when it's only about 130k, a fair few people might go and do him. And a fair few people might be replacing the exact same sort of players. So as a result, people replacing the exact same sort of players, you get people basically flooding the market with all the same players because there's so much supply but not much demand. And as a result, there's so much undercutting. But slowly what will happen is everyone will stop selling their cards at the same time. And people will actually start buying their cards. And this shift, I guess, of supply and demand will slowly start moving towards the demand. So it'll start getting bought up, and the rise as such. So that is what we've seen with the likes of Wijnaldum. Now, he actually hasn't affected the generic Premier League centre-mid market much. It's all on the Liverpool market. Now, the reason for this, in my opinion, is Liverpool obviously has got a lot of big players in this game. You know, it's got Van Dijk, it's got the Gomez, it's got Trent, Robertson, Salah, you know, Mane, Firmino. It's got a good team. Just you know, just like in real life, they're pretty, you know, a bunch of good players. But what that's basically mean is a lot of people are using tri-links who maybe they're using a left back, centre mid strong link, or they're using a left wing, left back, centre mid strong link, are kind of replacing the Liverpool centre mids with him. So the players that have been affected is headliner Wijnaldum, obviously people using this new Wijnaldum instead of him, and the likes of team of the season, what was it, Pendog. So what it is, we'll show you the Wijnaldum first. Wijnaldum is dropped from 40k, I believe, to 30k. If we can go and use the new special thing as well, it'll be able to show you just his card. And yeah, I say this card has dropped from 20k to 30k. Honestly, 30k of a shadow, that's dropped 10k, and he's got obviously a very favourable chem style of a shadow. Decent investment. He's also not really dropping much more. He's really slowed down. So yeah, 30k is a Wijnaldum. Because there's a 100k difference, and obviously, you know, this one's a lot more affordable for some people. I'd expect him to rise quite nicely with rewards. But a player I expect to rise even better with rewards tomorrow is the likes of Henderson, who has dropped from 140k to I checked his price a second ago. This is yeah, there we go. Checked his price a second ago. Oh, he's up a little bit. Yeah, he's dropped from 140k to the likes of 100k. So if you can get him for about 100k or even 95k of a shadow, even probably a Hunter chem style, that is a very nice investment. Obviously, he's dropped about 33%. The other Wijnaldum has dropped about 25%. So some massive drops in these players, and we're expecting them to rise with weekly rewards as there is an injection of coins, and basically everyone gets more coins from rewards. People buy their teams, players go up and up and up. Especially with demanded cards especially with the demanded cards like the likes of Henderson. So Henderson and Wijnaldum down. You guys can go and invest in them, sell them on Thursday, Friday. Should be able to make a good bit of money. So that is the two-player SBCs. Now, third thing we're going to move underway with now is going to be the generic SBC. Now, the generic SBC, there isn't really anything to invest in now, because obviously, you know, a lot of the players are inflated. But actually, with the likes of rewards tomorrow, there actually will be an investing opportunity. Now, with this SBC, obviously, it's based around what would have been Emenike, striker for the likes of Sparta and Moscow. The likes of Sherlock as a link investment banged. The likes of Farfan as a link investment banged. But, or linking up to them as such. But the players I would have hinted towards and the players that have done quite well are players from the same nation as their league. Now, the reason for this is because you can have a maximum of 4 clubs, maximum of 3 players from each club, and you need 75 chemistry with one of the block players being a Nigerian player from the Russian league. Not too easy to link up. So as a result, you need a bunch of strong links, and you can't get those strong links via the clubs, you know, because you're only allowed maximum of 3 players from one club, so it's going to be very hard to do. So as a result, you basically need to pick one league, and just use loads of players that are going to get strong links. And obviously the strong links within a league are normally players from the same league and nation. So players from the home league and nation, if that makes any sense, are going to get the strong links. So German players from the Bundesliga, Italians from the Serie A. And I'll give you guys a few examples of players that did well. And I say what you can do is you can use this information to pick up maybe some of these cards on a snipe or a bid tomorrow morning. Or even just go and buy a bunch of them and hold on to them as they should rise throughout the course of the day. But the likes of Stark, who rose from 1.5k. Germany have a lack of high-rated Bundesliga centre-backs. You have Stark, you have VOGT, Vogt, yeah, whatever. And I think apart from that, they're looking a little bit lacking. But yeah, he's gone up. Well, he went up to like 3k. I think he's lowered down to about 2.7 now. So yeah, that was a nice rise on him. Even nicer rise was on wing-backs again. Even though there's only 5 rating, the chemistry is a bit awkward with this one. So the likes of Klosterman has gone from 1.5k and he's risen nicely to 4k. So that's a 2.5k rise. Theoretically, I could actually go and snatch all these up right now and flip them for about 3.9k. Because very strangely enough, yeah, he's just been flooded, even though he is going for about 4k. So it's a bit of a strange one, but yep, there's another player did really well. And the third player, who we'll show you right now, is Crescito. Crescito, if we can find his name, went from 1.2k, and I believe he's, probably about 2.5-ish, about 2.2. So he's up 1k, but bear in mind, you know, he's a very cheap player in the first place. Not too bad of a rise. So again, 79 rating above. Because it was a 78 rated with a block, rule of thumb, it adds 1 rating. So if it's a 78 base, there's 1 block, it'll be a 79 rated. 2 blocks, 80 rated. It's, yeah, because the block player counts as a 64 rated player. So what we can do is go and invest in some 79 rated or above players from major leagues. And ideally the home league, the home nation of the league. Defenders are probably your best bet. So the final thing we're going to be talking about, and obviously we're not going to be talking about this every 6 PM, because, or this isn't going to be the norm for 6 PM, is Team of the Week, because of course Team of the Week is some content we've got today, and we can talk about it, because there's some nice investments in it. So, let's go and talk about it. So, obviously, when a player gets a Team of the Week card, you can't go and get their gold card. For example, when you get when Aubameyang's in Team of the Week, you can't pack his gold card. People would be fuming if you could, you know. So as a result, the gold card can't be packed for a week. Now, that isn't so big of a deal on Aubameyang, but a player that's used for, let's say, for a league SBC or a generic SBC, let's say, for example, Tarakolsky, is quite a big deal. You know, he can't be used for, he can't be packed for a whole week. Let's say there's a supply of 1,000. Let's say 100 of him is used every day in SBCs. You know, his supply is going to dwindle and dwindle and dwindle. The card's going to get rarer and rarer and rarer, and he's going to rise and rise and rise as such. So, there are some nice investments, and I can even show you examples of how they did previously. So, the likes of Matthias Pereira. Last time, I say sorry examples, you have to take my word for it, I guess. But last time Matthias Pereira wasn't in packs, which was for Team of the Season EFL. He obviously got a pretty nice Team of the Season. This card rose to 5k. Now, the reason it rose to 5k is because it was used for generic SBCs. Now, we're getting a lot more generic SBCs, for example, like the Foot 11 SBC, the Shapeshifter Flashback, you know, the ones where they want like 79 rated, 80 chem. These sort of SBCs are the sort of things that push up Pereira quite nicely. So, Pereira last time hit 5k. Now, I'd argue that's with him being needed for nowhere near as many generic SBCs. Whereas at the moment, he's going to be used for a lot more generic SBCs. And, I mean, we've even seen this guy hit like 3-4k for just SBCs when he's been impacts. But obviously, he is in impacts at the moment. You can pretty comfortably get him for 2.5k. He actually isn't used for today's generic SBC, which gives you a little bit longer to invest in him. But I'd back him hitting about 5k by Monday, Tuesday. So, yeah, I'd say up to 2.5k across consoles would not be a bad bet for the likes of Pereira as he gets rarer and rarer. But there you go. That's probably one of my main ones I'd recommend. But we'll go through the rest of the team. So, the likes of Sanchez, if you can get him for 5-6k, he potentially will go extinct by the end of the week. So he's okay. Lietny, kind of generic for his SBC. There's quite a lot of centre-mids who are gold, non-rare, and so on for us. Sampdoria, I believe it is. So, yeah, if you can get him for a K, it's okay. A lot of rare golds at the moment are being used for those 84 plus packs. Obviously, they need 22 rare golds for them. So as a result, rare golds are really very limited in supply. So So yeah, a lot of the rare golds have, I believe will be a nice investment because of that on top. But Oliver Torres isn't even a rare gold, but he rose extremely fast, so you've kind of missed the boat with him. McCarthy, there are multiple goalkeepers for the like Southampton, nothing special. Shkoroshkabi, I don't believe this guy's anything special. I'll be honest, I haven't done my research into him, but yeah, I have to take my word that I don't believe he's anything too mad. So Jesus Navas, if you've been following how 84s are done during the 88 SBC, you'll see that Navas, he's hit some mad prices. Really wouldn't be surprised. Again, we're talking about his gold rare card here. If that's going to potentially go extinct by the end of the week. 5-6K is an okay investment. Tarakowski, obviously he's English from the Prem. So like I was talking earlier with that generic SBC, he's already inflated for that. But if you can get him for 2K, that'd be pretty nice. Marco Rui has a 79 rated base card, I believe. So he's quite good for the generic SBC. So if you get him for 3K, that's not bad. Raul Garcia, like I was talking earlier with the rare golds going up for the 84s, he's absolutely he's absolutely banged. I think he went from 1.5k to 5k, which is insane. So you might have missed the boat, but if he's 2k on the market, buy him. Berg, great investment at 2k. The Sheffield United SBC, 3 centre mids, only 2 of them are gold. Therefore, it relies on using the silvers. The silvers are about 3k, so you're going to be using Burge every single time instead of the silvers, as long as he's below 3k, so that's a nice investment. Sal, I don't think Sal's been impacted for ages, so he's already up 5k as well, but could see another 5 to 7k increase on him. I just don't think he's amazingly good value for money, but 25k is okay for him. Vlasic isn't really used for anything, so I wouldn't imagine him doing well. And these 3 players haven't been impacted for about 3 weeks now because, well, he wasn't in the first batch because he had the headliner, likewise with Vardy. And in the second batch, I believe they're team week moments, so the gold cards haven't been impacted for ages, so there's nothing really to invest in it. And likewise with Dybala, I don't think he's been impacted for God knows how long. But yeah, so the investments right now are looking to be the likes of Pereira, team season Henderson, the likes of... You could even, I don't know if I've highlighted it, I don't think I did highlight it in these, but Van Dijk rose quite nicely with Wijnaldum. We'd expect him to rise even better tomorrow with rewards. Trent and Robertsons, we'd expect them to rise. Sanchez you can go with, Berg as I quite like, and Navas I quite like there. But that is going to wrap up the episode of the 6 PM, I guess, overview of the content and what's going to rise, what's going to go down, and where the investments are. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Any advice on what you'd like me to maybe go in more or explain in better detail for the second episode, do feel free to drop it down below. I say best of luck. So hopefully the investments do pretty well. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with another 6 PM content overview.